Hello, friends! Welcome to today's video. It's exciting times. I'm excited. It's Astro time. I'm an Astro stan. I have been since the debut. But it's Astro time. We're talking about Cha Eunwoo's solo debut album, Identity. Also, because it's Astro time, prized possession, my signed copy of Spring Up. Please acknowledge the beauty of this album. Do you understand how hard it is to get a copy of Spring Up in the modern day? To be fair, I've had this for years. But, like, in the modern day, they stopped printing these albums forever ago. They're impossible to get. I got a signed copy. It is truly my prized possession, and I want it buried with me. Anyway, let's go over this video is going to work, okay? I'm going to run through the track list and give you my thoughts on each song, and then I'm going to give this on my score out of 10 at the end. But I do have a couple disclaimers before I continue. Disclaimer number 1, I've seen grumblings and rumblings on Twitter that this entire album is about Moonbin. I will not be addressing any of those allegations. Number 2, this album is new. It came out a couple hours ago. My opinions on it very much may change over time. 3rd disclaimer, my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because music is subjective, and that is great. Alrighty, now that we have all of that out of the way, let's get started. And first up, we have You and I, and it's nice, it's chill, it's good, I was vibing. Like, this is a pretty toned down song in the grand scheme of things, but it works here. I think it really works for his voice in particular. I've learned a lot about Eunwoo's voice in listening to this album. Not that I haven't heard his voice 80 billion times in my various listenings of Astro, but I don't really listen to, like, Eunwoo solo tracks that exist out there, so, like, I don't really have as much experience with his voice for an entire song, but I think the more low-key and the more chill work for him. Unfortunately, I actually don't have a lot to really say about this song. Like, it's good. I enjoyed it. If you're into a song where you just kind of lay back and vibe, you'll probably like this one. But that's kind of all I got, so with that, we're gonna move on. Next, we have Fucking Great Time, and I have one note about the name, which is that it should be Great Fucking Time. Like, it just works better in the English language. Like, you put the fucking between the words, you don't put it first. It just, like, I've heard the song. It would work just as well in the song. I think it would sound a smidgen better if it was Great Fucking Time. But name aside, the song is actually pretty great, if you ask me. It has, hear me out, it has Taemin B-side energies in ways I was not expecting from a man like Cha Eunwoo. Not in a mean way, just if you made me list all the members who I thought would give me Taemin energies, he would not be on that list. But it works. Like, it's giving Taemin B-side, not one of his dancey B-sides. Like, it's not a pretty boy, but it's one of the, like, ones that's more toned down but still kind of fucks. I also really like the background music here. The bridge is great, and the verses are solid too. The chorus, meanwhile, is fine in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's not my favorite chorus ever, but it's solid enough. It gets the job done, and I'll take it. It's fine, though, because it's time for the title track, Stay, and it's kind of excellent, and I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with it. I will say right off the bat, this is not at all what I was expecting his title track to sound like. To be fair, it's definitely just the Astro blindness, but I was expecting maybe bright, maybe poppy, like something, okay. I always want to call Candy Sugar Pop Sugar Rush Ride, because they both live in my head and have the word sugar, but I was thinking maybe something like Candy Sugar Pop, like something bright and fun and poppy. This is not that. This is not that at all. This is pretty much just like dark and depression. But let's get into the song. First, the verses are great, okay? Like, the first one starts the song off perfectly, and the second one is just so good. The chorus, meanwhile, is also stunning, and Eunwoo sounds so good, specifically in the chorus, but really in the whole song. And while, yes, I've heard Eunwoo sing a billion times because I've heard Astro songs a billion times, but I feel like I never really hear Eunwoo's voice for a full song in ways that, like, my brain gets to process what he really sounds like. Like, he's a good singer, we've always known that, but he sounds so good here that I was not prepared for that. Also, while it's not relevant to the actual score, this music video is stunning, okay? Like, this is very clearly the most expensive music video Fantagio has ever made. Like, we can tell. I've seen them all, so I can't think of any that would even come close to having a budget like this one. This one, the budget paid off, okay? Like, they put a ton of money into it, and it looks incredible. Big picture, though, this is a phenomenal song, if you ask me. I will say it is an interesting choice for a solo debut, but also Eunwoo's already exceedingly famous. So it's not like he really needs to like garner new fans. Like he's very famous, so he'll be fine. But as for the song itself, it's great. Like I had no expectations going in. Okay, like I didn't watch the teaser. I didn't listen to the album review. The only thing I knew in any relation to the song was that what's her name? I literally can't remember her name now. I feel like it's India something. But she was in the music video because everyone saw them filming together and thought they were on a date. So like I knew she was gonna be there, but that doesn't mean the song is any different. Like there are songs about romance of every genre, so I had no expectations going in. This blew me away. Like I was completely shocked and in the best way. Anyway, next we have Where Am I? And it's nice, it's pretty, but it doesn't do a ton for me. Now to be clear, this is another ballad. And normally that's fine for me. I'm a ballad girl. I love a good ballad. But the difference is I love a belt your heart out ballad. Like a good shiny screamer. Like that's my thing. This is more of just like a soul crushing depression ballad. And while I can get behind that too, I just don't think it works perfectly here. But like to be clear, this isn't a bad song. It's actually like Eunwoo sounds great here. It's objectively a very pretty song to listen to, and I'm sure as background noise, it would be great. But as an active listening experience, it's not really for me. Okay, last but not least, we have You're the Best, and again, it's nice, it's cute, but as an active listener, it doesn't do a ton for me. One factor that I think is unique to this song is Eunwoo keeps trying to sing a little higher than normal, like vocally higher than normal, and he doesn't sound bad, like he sounds fine doing it, but I think Eunwoo's voice is more suited for like lower sounds, and I think he should stick with those. As a whole though, this is a fine song. Like I'm not gonna say any song on this album is bad because they're not. This is a fine song, and as background noise again, I'm sure it would be great because it's nice and it's cute, and again, like if I just have this on while I'm making dinner, I'm sure it would be fun. But that's all I should tell about the song. So with that, it is score time. And overall, I'm going to give it an 8.6 out of 10. I think that's the score that it's going to get because it's a good album. No song is bad. There's some that I really like. But as a pop girl, I'm biased. I love pop songs, and I wish this album had its token pop song. But also at the same time, given the vibes of the rest of the songs, I feel like it would have been weird. Like, if the title had been poppy, I feel like we all would have just gone with it. But if it had, like, its one token pop B-side, it would have been weird. So I'm willing to accept it. But either way, this is a good album. It's a solid listen. So yeah, 8.6 out of 10. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know how you feel. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And in the description, I'm putting a couple things. First, playlist. It will have all my Astro reviews. Spoilers. I've done a lot of them because I am an Astro Insane stan. So, that'll be down there. You can check it out if you want to. Also, my history of Astro. To be fair, it is coming up on being 2 years old. But Astro also hasn't really done a ton in the past 2 years. So, like, I would say it's still pretty up to date. If you want to get a picture of the history of Astro, it's a fun watch. I have props. We just run through their entire history. It's a good time. So you can watch that if you want to. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!